Good morning. We're back at it again. The mustard stain is going to go ahead and make in my family, which is a bit of a, I would call it a holiday or a special occasion dish. We call it pierogies and dill sauce and cream and yummy. That's what we call it. So I'm going to go ahead and make that for you today. I see I changed up what I got on here. Hey, you see I got my little visor on here this morning. So, and you've always wondered about my roosters. Well, there's another one right here. I got them all over the place. I love the roosters. Okay, so let's get after it. We're gonna have a kind of a hot pan ready to go. We're gonna take a blop of butter. So we don't measure, we just put a blop in. Okay, is that too much, Mrs. Stain? Okay, we'll take a little bit out. There we go. All right, and an onion. We gotta do the onions a little bit finer than we would regularly do. So we're gonna chop them up just a little bit finer than we would. So I'm gonna make those cuts that I've made before to try and make this a little bit finer. Just go halfway through, almost down to the core. And we get right after it here. So I've made the cuts the one way. Now I'm gonna turn the onion and make the cuts the other way. And this is gonna, when you cut through it, you're going to be able to make those fine pieces of onion. Anyways, that's the plan, we hope. I got the water boiling behind me to get those pierogies in there. Man, you guys, and I got some dill going here. Ooh, that smells good. So now I got it cut up like this. Now we're just gonna take it, we're just gonna make real fine little cuts. We're gonna end up with nice little pieces of onion here. You'll probably have to cut a few of the bigger chunks up a little bit later. But for the most part, you'll have pretty small, well, maybe. You'll have pretty small onions. So get that all cut up really fine. Butter's doing good. Get rid of that. All right. Now, we sharpened it, remember? We sharpened, oh, onions flying everywhere into my coffee. Okay. Now, just run your knife in and out of those onions a little bit. Get them all nice and, the professionals, they do it different with their fingers and all that stuff. We're not professional. We never try to be. Here we go. Get that all nice and small. And we're going to get that directly into that butter right now and saute these onions. Look at that. I think we got them into a pretty good size. Okay, get rid of this butter. Get rid of this. And we're gonna go directly in to the pan right now. Yeah, that butter's looking good. There we go. See, got some nice small onions. Okay. If you're following along, keeping score, that's what we're up to right now. I'm gonna get a little stick to stir this around with. Some sort of a tool. So we're gonna get these onions sauteing. I'm gonna prepare a little bit of dill to go inside here. You want the fines, not the stems, to get those in there a little bit later. But we're gonna get that onion sauteing right now, and I'm gonna take apart some of this dill we got here. And I'll be back. We're going to cut the dill. We're going to throw it in there. I got the pierogies going. I got the water boiling. Stand by. Can't wait to be back. Okay, so we got the onions going. Excuse me while I have a sip of coffee here. It is Good Friday, by the way, so happy Easter. Okay, I've taken some of the dill off of the off the main part of the thing, and we've got all the fines on here. These onions are almost at the perfect timing now because they're translucent. You want them to be just a little bit, not quite, they're not brown. Let's put it that way, they're not brown. All right, Mrs. Stain is kind of giving me some direction here as we go, but I usually don't listen. I do it myself, we just dump it in. She says measure, I dump, that's it. So we're going to take this dill. Oh my God, this dill smells so good. Ooh. It's almost like I'm having a pickle. This is the real dill Mrs. Stain said to say that, but I don't do those things. It's delicious. Oh, I know. All right. So don't pulverize this stuff. Don't smash it around till you just got nothing. You still want to have some body in this dill, but you don't want it to be all... And there's no professional way or right way to cut this stuff. You just do it. You just cut it and then you dump it. You just dump. And we didn't measure how much dill. We just pulled it off the tree. The dill tree. I think it's a tree. All right, here we go. In goes the dill. I think it sort of looks like grass shavings. That's what you can go for. Make it look like when you're done cutting your grass and you dump it out of the bag. How's that for a professional term? All right, in goes the dill. On standby, 35% whipping cream. That's what's going in. In goes the dill. Spread it around in there. Oh boy, this is gonna be good. All right. Now, we're going to add this cream and we're just going to stir it in. Just stir it in. Just dump it in. Wait. Hang on. I'm getting something from the side here. Yes, Mrs. Stain? Half the container. And then we're going to do, yeah. She doesn't know. I know. So we're going to go half. In goes the cream. All right. Get that mixing around in there. I think we're trying to thicken it. I don't know. We don't use the word reduce, remember? But in case that's what we're doing, well, I'll be back. Okay, so we got this cream going in here. We're just doing it. We're just stirring. We got it at a really slow boil, kind of over medium heat. And so what's going to happen is this is going to thicken. So I've got it now. I haven't added any more since we talked last. So we're going to add some more cream to this now. A little bit. And we're going to stir that in. So every time you add the cold liquid to the mixture here, it's going to clearly cool it off just a wee bit. So keep stirring. Keep doing all that you got to do there. Keep scraping the sides. But this is starting to look fantastic. Now, it takes a little bit longer than, you don't want me to be on here for an hour just talking about nothing. So the next time you see me, this will be done. And I'll show you and I'll explain a little bit more about how we got there. But it's starting to look really good. The water's boiling behind me. The water's boiling behind Mrs. Stain. I know to put the pepper and the salt in. Honest to God. I don't know. It's what I put up with every day, people. Okay, so the water's boiling behind me. The pierogies are back there. We're gonna get those going. Now, salt and pepper. We're not putting mustard on till later. Promise. So I'm not using ground pepper. I'm just putting in a whole bunch of loose, whatever you call this kind of pepper, kind of comes in the thing. And that's probably good. We just dumped in a whole bunch. We didn't measure. And salt, I don't know, about like that. Mrs. Stain doesn't like all that salt. Neither do I, actually. Yeah, I do. Okay. All right, let's get that mixed in there a little bit. Ooh, it's just got a nice little boil on there. All right. Next time you see me, this sauce will be done. The pierogies will be cooked. Pierogies are simple. Boil some water, dump the pierogies in. When they float to the top, they're done. I'm not even Ukrainian and I know that. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. So I told you a quick fibberoonie. I was going to come back when this was all done, but I want to show you something. Along the edge here, you're going to see it's starting to thicken up a little bit. And so I think that that's important because that's kind of, I don't want to use the word reduce because it seems fancy to me, but I think that's what's happening here. I'm not even sure really. I know we're not making ice cream. I know that. So this is not what we're trying to achieve here, but what I do see is you got to get along the edges here and you got to get all that. And you can see that it's thickening up on the edges there. So that's the goal. And I got it just on a slow boil here. Pierogies are going. We're just doing it. We're going to dump them in here pretty soon. Okay, here we go. The fun part. We're not quite plating yet, but we're going to put it into the crock pot because we're going to put it into a crock pot so it can be kind of warmed up later because we're making this ahead of time, having a big turkey dinner here and all kinds of stuff. So here's the way you put it into the crock pot. There is actually a specific way. So you're going to take a little bit in a ladle and just coat the bottom of the crock pot. Just get some in there. So like just like that. I don't know, you can't even see in there, but you got to trust me. So then we're going to take some pierogies. Got them done. We're going to put them in there. You're going to layer it up. So look at the pierogies. All right, get those pierogies in there. All right. Got some in there now. Now we're going to add some more of this. Get your ladle going and dump it over top. Just dump it in there. That's right. Dump it in there. Maybe one more. Oh, I don't know. You decide. Just maybe a half. Mrs. Stain says not a full one, but we'll put a half. Okay. Now, get the rest of those pierogies in there. On top of that. Oh, this is looking good. Let's get another layer of the sauce. Oh, man. Look at this. I'm going to show you. Whew. Hope you can see this. I'm still here. Don't go anywhere. Can you see inside there? Oh, man. That looks good. Okay. That's what we've done. Get it in here. Layer it in there. Sauce first. Pierogi, sauce, pierogi. Boom. You got it in the crock pot. Then we're going to come back, we're going to taste it, and get it one or two pierogies on a plate. There we go. Hang on. All right, it's done. It's all finished, and we're ready for my favorite part, plating and tasting. Small plate. We're only going to try one pierogi. I got to save some for the rest of the stains. Hang on. Oh, boy. That looks good. It's just smothered in that cream sauce. Oh, man. So good. All right. Oh. I know that I do it this way, but you don't have to. But it is the Mustard Stain Show. I do add a little bit. Just add it if you want. But don't add it to the stuff. The rest of your family might kill you. But I'm going to have just a little bit because I do like mustard. So, let's get a little piece on there. Okay, here we go. It's so good. And mustard, you know, for me, I like the mustard, but you might not. It's all to taste. But this is fantastic. Shout out to my mom, Grandma Stain. Great Grandma Stain out there in Saskatoon. She taught me how to make these. Shout out to my mom. Love you, Mom. Happy Easter to everybody, and I hope that you really, really enjoy these pierogies because my family loves them. I'll see you again next time. Guess what? Hang on a second there, Mrs. Stain, before you shut that off. It's Easter, and on Sunday, he lives, and he came out of the grave for us. Amen.